Okay, so this is called Murder Scam Revisited. Now, a lot of people saw me go through some episodes where I was being coming on the internet talking about how I was being stalked and harassed, and I just made a video explaining everything that was occurring with me in the neighborhood, how all this started, how I ended up going through a 2 day show trial and getting framed. But the precursor to all this, I was doing all my conspiracy research, my alternative research, and I got set up to be killed. This actually happened to me. And I did a lot of thinking on it. And some of the conclusions I came to were startling. Number one, number one. If I'm doing research that's offensive to highly powerful people, why not just kill me at my house? Why would somebody wait to get me to where they are and kill me? It doesn't make sense. Number one. Number two, you see all this covertly drugging stuff that you could just put some food in somebody's drugs at a restaurant and kill them. Why lure them somewhere and kill them? So I was a conspiracy researcher. I was doing a lot of research. I still do. So I end up going, I'm gonna keep some information, a little bit of information reserved, but I went to certain areas and there were individuals who set me up to kill me. But I didn't know it wasn't coming from where I was going. It was coming from where I'm at, because I was being, I believe, when I first started doing my research and my interviews on the internet, I came out with some research titled "The Nazis in Jonestown." And at the time, I actually believed all this stuff was over my Jonestown research, which my Jonestown research is pretty startling. I mean, it proves that the federal government murdered a bunch of people and covered it up. That's enough to get most people killed, right? But it had nothing to do with my Jonestown research. I honestly believe that I was being monitored before I started doing my interviews, which I did an older interview with Daryl Anka back in 2013, but it wasn't that big a deal. But when I came out in late 2014, late 2000, and early 2015 with a whole bunch of videos about Jonestown, a bunch of different stuff, my interpretation is it was people living within this region, within this area, somewhere in Michigan, somewhere in the West Michigan area, who was aware that I was coming out of my interviews, coming out of my research. And number one, now that I know everything I know about the Harrington case, I'm thinking maybe the actual individuals who kidnapped Jessica Harrington, maybe they tried to set me up to kill me. For the simple fact is, I live in the same areas where it happened, and I'm bringing all this conspiracy attention to the area. And I may naturally come across it and try to figure it out myself. That's one possibility. Another possibility is it's just some hateful, sick, twisted fucks who had nothing better to do. That's a good possibility too. Okay, so I end up in a situation where I was at a location, and I'm looking back now, I know exactly what happened, but I'm looking back at the location and I'm remembering that whoever arranged it, they didn't arrange it. They arranged it in a way to where it would be a sucker move, but they weren't in control of the situation, because there were individuals that knew where I was, and there were individuals that came to check on me, in a sense, and that cleared everything out and got me out of there from whatever was supposed to happen, set me up to be killed. And I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know I didn't know what was going on. And looking back at it now, it makes perfect sense that it was people in Michigan, in the Muskegon area, that set it up, or the West Michigan area. I truly believe that.